The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with Tom Viney. Thanks for being the co-host today. You always do a great job.
Absolutely. Pleasure to be here every week.
Lafayette is our Team of the Week swim team, your panel swim shop segment. And Coach Washbish is in. He has a fine swim team over there.
They are doing a great job. They've had a great season moving into regionals, and I know they're all eyeballing state.
They are eyeballing state because they want to be there with you, right?
That's right.
You'll have you're the
I'll be there.
You're the
title sponsor.
That's
exactly
for that.
Right.
So Lafayette's our Team of the Week, and our feature is on a young lady that you know a little bit about because she's from Scott County High School. Her name is Morgan DeFore, and all she did last week in the Toyota Classic have 54 points. That's a school record.
She is doing a great job there. Scott County's putting out great basketball players.
And she also had 34 points against Lincoln County, and then she came up in the championship game and had the winning shot. So that's going to be a pretty good feature on Miss DeFore.
That's a great feature.
Looking forward to that. And our scholar athletes there from Sayre High School, Coach Bellairs does a great job over there, and these young ladies all have high GPAs, and that's the way they do it over at Sayre.
Sayre just one of the premier schools, just always focused on academics and athletics. A great combination.
You know, if I had a daughter or son, I'd send him to Sayre High School in a heartbeat because I love that school over there. I tell you what, I've been doing this show for 17 years, and there's no school better to us than Sayre High School.
They do a great job.
They do a great job. And Laurie Blunk is in. By the way, we got another Sutherland Chevrolet. I better say that. We're going to head down to Nicholasville Road to Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. So we got that in. And Laurie Blunk is here from UK Sports Medicine. What's she going to do, Tom?
She's going to keep us in the game.
That's right. We got to be in the game, don't we?
Right.
But we know what you want. You want some of the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. We got them right here on Game Time. Brought to you by PrepSpin.com. This Friday night, Tates Creek and Lexington Catholic.
Knights traveling across town to Tates Creek. The Knights are unbeaten in the district. The Commodores' only district loss, that came to Lex Cath. So these two teams, they met 6 days before Christmas. The Maroon Platoon hoping for a happy New Year result. Both teams were hot early. It's sweating day. Luke Wedding with 3 of his 15 points for the Knights, but Ben Johnson lets it fly from about New Circle Road. Game high 31 points. Catholic up by 5. Amani Taylor keeping Tates Creek in it. Big game for him. Step back is good. He had 22. It was a 2-point game at the half, but Lex Cath goes on in that second half and pulls away to the 71-57 win.
One of the oldest rivalries in the state. Lafayette hosting Henry Clay, 2 of the top players in the 11th region, matching up Henry Clay's Marcus Warwick, Lafayette's Ray Surratt. And here is the big fella from Lafayette. Surratt drives, hits the floater off the glass, draws the foul. Game tied at 41. Will Stanfield gets into the paint. The runner won't fall, but Big Ray puts it back in. 28 for Surratt. Henry Clay turning defense into offense. Simeon Dillard steals, score. Devils by 5. Then in transition, Dillard going to dial it up from the corner, just like the old Dillards. 14 for Dillard, 68-61 Henry Clay.
And welcome back in. We want to thank Roberts Insurance. They're out of Richmond, Kentucky. Bob Roberts Insurance on Main Street. They insure 3/4 of the great state of Kentucky. Speaking of Kentucky, from Lexington Lafayette, the swim team, the panel swim shop segment is going to be our Team of the Week.
Absolutely. Well deserved.
Well deserved. This is Coach James Washbish. Thanks for joining us, Coach. Always great to see your kids and have you on the TV show.
Oh, thanks for having us. I mean, we've had a great season so far. Our record was 6-2.
Yep.
This year we had a really tough meet against Henry Clay at the beginning of the year, and so I was still kind of gauging on how our swimmers were going to do. We had some really good swims there, but it was back in November, and it was a tough loss there. And then we had a meet in Richmond against Madison Central, and that was our second loss. And that was, again, they had their whole entire team there, and I had dealing with like club meets and all that stuff. I kind of had to lose some of my like star firing power. And so, but other than that, the 6 meets that we've had, we've swam great, we've looked great, we've always been dropping time every week. So, I mean, it's just been an exciting year to start off my first year coaching Lafayette.
That's right. And I tell you what, this is the time of year that you want to have those times dropping because you've got regionals coming up and not too far away in the distance is state.
Oh, trust me, I completely agree. I mean, we're looking at, hopefully I get my regional shirts in on Wednesday. Prelims are Friday, and then finals are Saturday. And with our girls team looking as strong as they are, we're giving a good push to maybe win the girls side of regions, and that'd be the first time in Lafayette history that would probably happen. And guys, we're young but very strong. We have great senior leadership with Benjamin Adair. And,
who happens to have a 4.0.
Yes, 4.0. It's very smart. And then we have Maggie Gover, and she's another one of our girl team captains. And then we have Elise Weiler over there.
Tell us your GPAs, if you don't mind.
I have a 3.9.
3.9. That's pretty close to 4.0.
And I have a 3.7.
3.7. That's outstanding. So.
Absolutely.
And what are your individual, your best? Are you a distance swimmer, a short swimmer? What? Tell us about that.
Personally, I'm more of a sprint freestyler.
Freestyler.
Okay.
I mostly swim the 100 fly.
Yeah.
And I stick to distance.
Okay.
Well, so now you've got regionals coming up and then going into state. Tell me a little bit about what some of your goals are for the rest of the year.
For the team goals, like Coach said, we're just trying to do the best we can, place well for Lafayette, and then personally just my main goal is to drop time and get some personal records before the end of the year.
That's great. How about you, Maggie?
Yeah, I have to agree. I really want the team to do really, really well. And we usually do pretty well, but I want us to do good.
Yeah.
And then I just really want to drop time in my 100 fly and just make everyone proud.
That's great.
Yeah. The girls, like you said, we're trying to win regionals this year, which has never been done, and I would like to place top 8 in my 500 and 200.
Well, I can see they all have great goals, Coach. You've got a great athletic and academic team there. Is this one of your better academic teams?
Yes, sir. As soon as I got the job and we had our team meeting, my first goal, they're student athletes, first smarter, and school comes first. I know it's tough to do a whole bunch of homework and then have a practice from 8 to 9 at night or 2 to 3 on Sunday in the middle of the day, and then try to get some kind of energy left in you to finish out that assignment. But yeah, we are very blessed to never have a kid that's not allowed to swim on the team because of academics. We're always B's or higher, so when it comes down to academics, there's nothing that I have to worry about with, especially these three. And then my whole entire team is just stacked with 3.6s, 4.0s, and so just very blessed to have the type of kids that I have, because I know some kids out there might let their schools struggle and all that stuff, and therefore it just kind of runs down.
Well, Coach, I'm going to give you the Mingy beef jerky. I know you like it, so there you go. Get the Mingy beef jerky. Thanks for coming in, and congratulations for the good season up to this point and bring it home this year, okay? That's the swim team from Lafayette High School. Now we're going to this feature. It's on a great young lady at Scott County High School, Morgan DeFore, and what a tournament she had at the Toyota Classic.
After a season that featured 34 wins and a trip to the state quarterfinals, Scott County entered this season with lofty expectations. But after a 3-game losing streak in December, Morgan DeFore said she was kicked off the team after a locker room confrontation with her head coach.
That was the biggest we bumped heads, but we bumped heads before. The day it happened, we didn't speak the rest of the day, and we calmed down the next day too. And then I came, because I'm his TA, so I came into school, and I sat down and talked to him because I wanted to finish out my senior year, and I wanted him to be my coach to finish it.
After both parties calmed down, Morgan rejoined the team and used that speed bump as a rallying point.
I think it kind of brought us closer as a team, though, because when we got back and we talked, me and him both talked to the team. So I think we all got back on the same page, and it helped us to go forward.
With the team closer than ever, the Cards entered last week's Toyota Classic on a 4-game winning streak. And in the quarterfinals against Lincoln County, Morgan erupting for 34 points.
It started a big week, but really the Great Crossing is what got me going.
The semis featured the first ever Battle of the Birds with their new rivals from Great Crossing.
I wanted to make a statement. I wanted to let them know that Scott County is still where it's at, and they shouldn't have left, but they did, so I wanted to play how I play.
How's this for a statement? The senior star with the Toyota Classic and school record 54 points.
That's the kind of player she is. You know, she's the most dynamic player we've ever coached here in Scott County. And we've been here 20 years. I love a competitor.
And in Saturday's title game against Simon Kenton, Morgan capped a remarkable week with the game winner. Alex Walker, WKYT.
Welcome back into our most popular segment because it highlights young ladies and young men doing great things in the classroom at their prospective school. In this case, it's Sayre High School. These young ladies and Coach Belair is with us. Thanks for joining us tonight on the show. We appreciate you coming in, chatting with us, and updating us on Sayre High School. And let's start with you, Kate. Or I was going to say Kat. That's the other lady. Coach has got me thinking about that. You have a 3-5. You play soccer and basketball at Sayre High School. How do you balance your time between books and sports there at Sayre?
Well, as one of the captains of the basketball team, I think it's important to show my teammates that you can balance schoolwork and sports, and just finding that time in between is really important.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, with a 3.84, you excel in about anything that you try. What about Sayre motivates you to success?
Well, I think Sayre has always encouraged students to get involved in extracurricular activities, and I've just always really, naturally, because it's a college preparatory school, I think you do feel obligated to do well. So.
And Kat, how are you doing? I got that right, didn't I? Yeah. With a 3.57, you participate in multiple sports there. What keeps you energized? I know you're also a Division I, soccer player?
Prospect soccer. Yeah, she is.
She is, okay.
Well, I generally have a very energetic personality, and I feel like...
We hadn't noticed that.
And I love the sports I play, which motivates me a lot. And other than that, I try to get a good sleep schedule. But, yeah, I think it's more about my personality and yeah.
Coach, what do these young ladies mean to the Sayre community, and what do you see for their future?
Well, they're tough to coach because they're all smarter than me, I'll tell you that. So I don't like to call timeout.
And we hadn't noticed that either, Coach.
Yeah, that's right. They represent us really well. And what's amazing about Sayre sports is we could have brought several girls here tonight because the team, they do focus well on a lot of different things, but they use their time wisely, and they represent us really well on and off the court.
Yeah, your team GPA's got to be off the charts.
It's unbelievable. And we're 12-6 right now, so we're winning some basketball games.
We mentioned that on the opening of the show. You got a great record. Kate, have you decided on a college, and did your family have any influence on that decision at all?
Luckily, I'm just a junior, so I still got some time to decide.
So you haven't decided?
No, but I've toured some colleges down south,
Yeah.
and I'm lucky enough to have a family who supports me no matter where I go.
Right, okay.
Kat and Elizabeth, where will you guys go to college, and if you do, where will you go to play sports?
I'm also undecided, like Kate, but I am unsure if I'll play sports in college, but I'm definitely going to keep my mind open.
Yeah, and I'm a sophomore, so I definitely haven't.
Yeah, you got a long time. Well, here are beautiful plaques. Pass those down. All three of you will get one, but all three of you will get one from Crown Trophy. We only have two with us, so take those over there. Ryan Tyson will personalize that for you, put your name and school in. Congratulations for doing great things at Sayre High School, and you're at a really good school there at Sayre. So, and Coach, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
That's the Sayre Lady Spartans are doing great things. Now we're going to the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week as we head down 27.
Here's your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. Scott County's Taryn Hamilton sizing up the situation and then throwing it down with one hand. Scott County gets the win over Bryan Station on Friday night. One more look at it as Mr. Hamilton goes to the rack and finishes strong with his right hand. That is your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Back in our UK sports medicine and orthopedic surgery segment, Laurie Blunk is in with us, Gary Ball with my interns, Allie Viney and Allison DeMoss, and you guys got some pertinent questions and good questions there. Go ahead, fire away.
Laurie, can you explain some of the differences between basic ab exercises and core strengthening?
So ab exercises are, of course, part of core strengthening, but your core is also going to be muscles along in your back and along the sides, your obliques, So to truly strengthen your entire core, you need to be doing things like planks, side planks, rotational stuff like Russian twists, bicycles, things like that, not just a ton of crunches and sit-ups.
Can you tell us about some of the benefits of core strengthening to athletes?
So core strengthening is vital, especially to our throwing and overhead athletes. It kind of takes some of the stress off the arm when they're able to do that, increases the amount of power they're able to produce. But it's also beneficial to any athlete from an injury prevention standpoint.
That would be really beneficial to a javelin thrower, wouldn't it?
Yes.
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 Yep. So when you're able to utilize your core and have some strength in your core, your body just works more efficiently. You're able to get more power out of your throws, your hits, and really anything that you're doing.
Right.
And how long does it take before you can start seeing results from these types of exercises?
So just like any strength training, to get true strength gains, it's going to take weeks to months, but just learning how to utilize your core and activating your core in anything that you do is going to help technique and really kind of show positive benefits as far as producing power and being able to truly just kind of get that extra bit of speed, extra bit of power distance that you're trying to go for.
So you got to have the core strong so you don't overwork those arms and throws and all that. Pitchers really need that too, need a strong core, don't they? Thank you, Laurie. That's good stuff. Laurie Blunk from UK Sports Medicine. There's the website with the phone number, and they've got the walk-in clinic every Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock. You want to check that out, UK Sports Medicine. Orthopedic Surgery, our title sponsor for 17 years here on the Scholastic Ball Report. Now we're going to these final highlights. These highlights brought to you by PrepSpin.com. That's William Warfield. He's called the King of Stream.
Let's head over to the capital city.
Western Hills and Franklin County renew their long-standing rivalry. The Wolverines beat the Flyers by 3 a few weeks ago, and they can take the driver's seat in the 41st District with another win tonight. Franklin County coach Tony Wise and his team wearing pink to support breast cancer awareness. Coach Wise's wife, a cancer survivor, his mother currently battling cancer. Third quarter, the feed inside to Philip Pfeiffer. He goes hard to the basket, and the Flyers are in control. Then Jake Thomas gives off to Derek King. Thomas then drives to the rim and gets it back for the bucket. Western Hills, though, trying to hang around. Rafael Ruiz stops, pops the jumper. The County too strong tonight. Cameron Phelps and Zach Cox combine to force the turnover. Cox finishes through contact on the other end, plus the foul. Franklin County takes it 54-42.
To a really good, my favorite 10th region rivalry, round 2. Montgomery County and Clark County. Clark's Lincoln Bush averaging a double-double, 14 points, 12 boards. Not a bad ball player. GRC taking the first meeting by 7 2 weeks ago. Third quarter, Moco's Hagen Harrison drives to the hole, gets the lay-in. Indians to within 4. Then Jerome Brown beats Harrison off the dribble, the bucket, and the Cardinals by 7. KJ Rucker, that name just screams baller. Adds insult to injury. Gets the high screen, knocks down the jumper. Clark County completes the regular season sweep 60-51.
Welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report as we wrap it up. We want to thank the great sponsors, great guests on the show. Lafayette swim team was on, team of the week. They did a great job, and also the Sayre Spartan basketball team. And guys, your Douglas Broncos, they had a pretty good Toyota Classic the other night.
They did. Our boys varsity basketball team won the Toyota Classic basketball tournament.
And what a game it was. It was 90-89. They beat Scott County. And I think Deshaun Jackson had like 30-something points, I believe it was.
Something crazy like that, yeah.
He's crazy. And Scott County, by the way, the girls basketball, they're going to be on the show with us. Steve Helton's committed to come on with us next week.
That's awesome. They're a great team.
They are. Morgan DeFore's back. She had 54 points. She was our feature on the show this week. But, as always, on the Scholastic Ball Report, for those you see and you don't see,
keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.